Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
And today's December 14th, and tomorrow is, for me, is moose season. Because of our living here for so long, living in the bush, we get to hunt in the winter for subsistence. In other words, to put a moose in the freezer to continue to eat. And so it's the day before the start of the season. The season lasts until the end of March, so it's a long season. But I think I'm going to go out today, and I'm going to take the snow machine and pack down the back trail. We have a 2-mile trail. Goes down to Sucker Creek, and I want to pack that down. That's generally kind of the area where I typically get a moose, so I want to get a trail laid in and start preparing, for getting a moose. And so, since I'm going to be breaking trail, I need to wear my gaiters today because there's a good possibility that I'm going to be off in the snow, getting the snow machine unstuck and things like that. So it's good to have the gaiters on, keep the snow out, nice snug fit so I don't have to worry about that. Ideally, I'm going to drive down the trail, take a look, see tracks, what's going on, the activity, turn around and come back.
That was recorded on December 14th. Shortly after that, heavy snows set in, followed by a month of extreme cold. Then farm activities, junior Iditarod, and then the coronavirus concerns set in. Before I knew it, we were into late March, deep snow, and I still needed a moose. As a consequence of the deep snow, moose were forced to move from their normal wintering grounds into stream beds where snow's less deep. That's where I headed, looked for a bull moose. About 8 miles from the farm, I started to find moose gathered on Alexander Creek. An immediate problem for me was unstable ice and open water. Being required to take a bull moose, complicated by the fact that they dropped their antlers back in January, meant my head was on a swivel assessing moose and creek ice all at the same time. After seeing dozens of pregnant cows, I finally found a bull.
Today's March 28th. I'm out looking for my moose. About 2 miles below the mouth, the confluence of Sucker Creek, I'm on Alexander Creek. And I came across probably 15 moose here in about a 2-mile stretch. All but 2 were cows. One was a young calf. And then I found this bull. He was just in the brush line here. You can see my snow machine there, Alexander Creek, right behind it. Beautiful day, sunny. So we have our meat for the freezer. It's a fairly good sized bull. They don't have antlers now. They lost them about early January. They lost them. But at any rate, now I have the task of butchering it. Normally I'd have somebody with me, Paula, normally. But at this point, she's 5'10". She's about 11. I'm about 11 miles from home. So I think rather than going back, I'm just going to have to try and do it myself. It's a lot harder to do, but need to be thankful for what I've gotten and deal with it. back home safe and sound. Had to thread my way through the massive moose. They're not social distancing at all. Okay, they're all grouping right up. They didn't get the word. Anyway, successful day. We've got several hundred pounds of moose meat now to be processed and put into the freezer. I guess we'll make a burger and steaks and stew meat and all that kind of stuff over the next couple of weeks. But what we're going to do right now is take the quarters. We're going to hang them in our walk-in cooler that our flowers go into in the summertime. It's a multi-purpose cooler. So we're going to hang the quarters. Well, probably the weather is supposed to stay cold for a while, so I'll let it freeze and let it age a little bit, and then in a few weeks when the weather gets warm, gets above freezing and stays there, then we'll butcher it up. So the job now is to get all this meat, several hundred pounds of meat, in and away. And Tesla, buddy,
He's gonna get some bones.
oh, he's licking his lips. Okay. Now that we've harvested our moose, now it's time to cut it into steaks and roasts and stew meat and burger and sausage. We do all of that right here at home. Fortunately for me, when I was a young kid, starting at the age of 12, I worked in a mom and pop grocery store and got to work in the butcher shop. So my parents might have thought it was a waste of my time, but I learned a skill.
And you have a very attentive helper here, just in case you need any help.
Yes, we are very attentive. No, back. One more. Back.
There you go.
There you go.
He knows the rules. It's just so hard to keep them when it's this exciting.
He forgets. Look at this.
Oh, look.
And we have to kind of
Just
we gotta
push the
it.
roll a little
We gotta
bit.
push it a little bit just to make sure. We'll
Right.
push back. Okay, all part of the process. We still have, so we're doing backstrap and tenderloin, liver, heart. All of that is being processed now. The 4 quarters that we hung in our walk-in cooler, they'll stay there for probably a few weeks before we do them. So this is just a partial processing that we'll go through today. And we get fresh steak tonight.